So hello, this is going to be a bit of a recap of the Gwyneth Paltrow trial. They've now gone into deliberations. I've been watching throughout, I've not missed a minute of it. I've had a bit of a trim on the old beard. My hair's a bit of a mess. I'm super tired, got lights on me. So yeah, this has been an interesting trial. I just fell into it randomly. Complete and utter random. I was covering the Zachariah Anderson trial and that had got into deliberations, and I was talking to people in the chat, and Erin, one of the people that posted in the chat, one of the members, mentioned the Gwyneth Paltrow trial. So I blame her for all this. I don't really, Erin, love you to bits. So we went in there, had a watch. Once you start a trial, you just got to see it through. It's been a long 2 weeks. There's days where I regretted starting it, if I'm being honest. And like, I know we haven't got the verdict yet, but just today feels like a win. Throughout, I went into it thinking, my mentality was, why has this Gwyneth Paltrow not settled this this case? Just settle it. This is so stupid, it's unbelievable. Just give him his 300 grand, whatever it is. You know, you drag this over 6 years or whatever. It's absolutely pointless. But then, and that's my view in the first whole week. I was like, geez, this is absolutely pointless. But then it sort of changed then. Once the defence got on there and once their experts got hold of it, and I saw how the lawyers for the plaintiff were, all they did was attack their credibility as experts. Didn't really bring anything. They were just shouting at them, how much have you cost? And I was like, these guys have got no substance. They've got nothing. That's when I started thinking, I'm team Gwyneth Paltrow. Or Paltrow. Whichever way you say it. I just call her Fitty. Gwyneth a Fitty. She's a very beautiful woman. Very beautiful woman. I know she had a resting bitch face. But I would as well if I was in court, sit next to Lawyer Owens for 2 weeks. No, I thought she held herself well throughout most of the 2 weeks, but I am biased because I think she's, you know, I'm dazzled by her. Not really, but I think she's fit. But anyway, that's not what we're here to discuss now. But yeah, I just saw a different light. I was like, now I get it. Now I understand why she didn't settle. It's the principle of it. Once I saw the daughters of Terry on there, with their, in my opinion, fake tears, the way they just, you know, bit back at anything they didn't like to hear, I instantly thought, like many people actually, this is a pure cash grab. And the more that it went on, the more I believed that. So, in actual fact, by the time the witnesses came on for Gwyneth and seeing the plaintiff lawyers just attack as they did and not bring any kind of substance to any questioning of relevance, and to see that one doctor, forget his name now, laughing at the lawyer for the plaintiff, every question he was like, sure, you make up whatever you want to make up, mate. He didn't give a crap, you know. I loved it. And to have the doctor who had a stroke when he was 28 years old, that was impactful. I mean, I'd never heard of him before. And you know what, you search him because that's an inspiration for you. Get a stroke at 28, and to get to the levels that he's got to, you can't do anything but, you know, applaud him. I mean, fair play to him. Many people would give up, but he didn't. He battled, and fair fucks to him. So I thought he spoke well. He's very insightful. He was a good witness for him to have. So that's where we're at. And then obviously the last couple of days, the witnesses I thought have been great. Explained stuff. I'll be honest with you, some of the stuff I didn't get. I didn't understand it. Sounded good. But that's why I think that they were a little bit pointless, really. In the same way that a lot of their witnesses for the plaintiff were pointless, and the daughters and stuff. They just made it worse, if I'm being honest. What intrigued me about the trial, or what got my juices flowing, this might be weird, but it was finding out about this is all timed. And it wasn't like any of the other trials I'd seen. Obviously, they're all criminal, but this is all timed. So you got a set amount of time here. So you couldn't do a Creighton Waters where drag a trial on for a month and talk nonsense over financial stuff for like 2-3 weeks. You can't do that. I love it. I love a time trial. I think this is fantastic. I think it's the way of the future. I think it's something that everyone should do, even for criminal trials. I'm not saying you should have like 2 weeks and you're done, but I think you should look at a trial realistically and go, and judge. This judge, for me, is the best judge I've seen so far. I've only, obviously, seen like 4 or 5 trials, so it doesn't say much, but the Murdoch trial, Zachariah Anderson, Ice Cream Man trial, and this one basically, it's so composed. He's got two lawyers who are arseholes, and I think they're quite friendly outside of work, but they're arseholes in work, but very experienced. He's handled them so well, and I think they all respect him as well as a judge. So, yeah, he's held court well, and if you get a judge like that for a criminal case, I think he can judge very well, right, do we need to add a few more days here and there? I think he's very fair. So I love the thought of a timed trial. Now I know that's never going to happen for a criminal trial because, you know, you've got to have enough time, but the concept of it is somehow of not being able to drag a trial on for a necessary amount of time, you know, or bringing bullshit in and stuff, like, yeah, I like that thought, but, you know, because I think it's strategic as well then, I think there's a bit of a cat and mouse game to it. But overall, the trial was weird, but it was, in the end, I'm glad I did it, but I'm not, like, I know there could be other civil cases out there that I probably will cover, but I'm glad it's over. I am glad it's over. For me, as I explained throughout this video, I think it's a cash grab. I don't think there's anything much to deliberate. I don't see anything. I just think, I said to my stream, I said, if I was the plaintiff, I'd just get up now and give her $1 and say, I tried, you know. I also think that he should pay for her lawyers, because as I say, in my belief, if, you know, she's found to have done nothing wrong, which I believe she hasn't done anything wrong, I believe he should pay for it. He's got enough money, you know, he's a doctor, or sort of doctor, eye doctor. I think he should be made to pay it. I mean, he's dragged this on for 6 years. That's my opinion. Obviously, if they find him and say, no, actually, we side with the plaintiff, which I would be absolutely, what the fuck? But, you know, hey, with juries, you never know, you know. So, that's my stance on it. I'm Team Gwyn, proud of it. 50 years old she is, 50, still going well. And, you know, I'm obviously saying she's fit. She's a beautiful woman. She kept herself well. She's held herself at high dignity, I felt, throughout this case. And, yeah, with that, that's it. I'm just going to be back on stream and wait for results. And with that, let's go!